Amrit had a good life, a loving wife, 2 children, a comfortable home, a steady job. Nothing was wrong, yet something was wrong. He could not explain it. Every evening, his house was filled with laughter. His children talked about their day. His wife asked about his work. Amrit smiled and joined them. But sometimes, in the middle of all that happiness, a strange uneasiness would come over him. He would quietly ask himself, "Why do I feel uneasy when nothing is actually wrong?" He told no one. One Sunday, his daughter came running into the garden. "Dad, look, I can ride without training wheels." Amrit watched her proudly. Then an unexpected thought came to him. My children are growing up so fast. It seemed only yesterday that he had carried her in his arms. One day, she would leave home. For reasons he couldn't understand, the thought made him sad. That night, Amrit opened an old family album. There was his daughter as a baby, his son on his first day of school, his wife, much younger, and his parents, standing proudly behind them. Amrit whispered, "One day my parents won't be here." He quickly closed the album. But the thought stayed with him. A few days later, his father fell ill. It was nothing serious. Still, while driving to see him, another thought suddenly frightened Amrit. What will happen to my family when I'm gone? He imagined his wife managing the house alone, his children growing up without him. He felt a strange fear. Then he asked himself, "Why am I thinking like this? My life is going well." He had a loving family, a secure job, good health. So why was he not happy? A few weeks later, Amrit took his family on a holiday. They laughed, took photographs and enjoyed the mountains. But while everyone was admiring the view, Amrit looked at his children. They seemed older than he remembered. He suddenly thought, why does time seem to be passing so quickly? That evening, while walking beside his wife, he held her hand tightly. She looked at him. What happened? Nothing. But Amrit was thinking, what if something happens to her? The thought frightened him. That night, he couldn't sleep. He thought about his 20 years of hard work, promotions, long hours, sacrifices. And suddenly another question arose. What's the point of working so hard if everything eventually changes? The next morning, Amrit visited an old teacher. After listening quietly, the teacher asked, "Are you unhappy with your life?" "No." "Then what troubles you?" Amrit lowered his eyes. "I don't know." The teacher smiled gently. "Perhaps you are beginning to see something most people spend their lives avoiding." "What?" "That nothing stays as it is." Amrit remained silent. Your children grow. Your parents age. People you love may leave. Your own life is changing every day. Even happiness does not stay forever. The teacher paused. You are not lonely because you have no one. Then why do I feel lonely? Because you have begun to understand that you cannot hold on to anything forever. Amrit finally understood. His loneliness was not because he lacked people. It came from seeing, perhaps for the first time, the fragile nature of everything he loved. That evening, he returned home. His children were laughing in the garden. His wife called him for dinner. Amrit looked at them quietly. The uneasiness was still there, but he no longer fought it. He hugged his children, held his wife's hand and sat down with them. He knew these moments would pass, and that was precisely why he wanted to live them fully. Perhaps the deepest loneliness is not having nobody beside you. It is realizing that even those you love most cannot remain beside you forever. And perhaps accepting that truth does not make life less precious. It makes every moment more precious. Thanks for your patience in watching the video. I hope you liked it. Please subscribe to my channel. Raj Rishi.